Module 3. Design Styles. Introduction. Hello and welcome to this module on design styles. Over time, you must have entered homes and seen walls, spaces, colours, lights, and arrangement of chairs and tables in some way. Or maybe as a social media person, you may have seen on Instagram pictures of interior designs that are fascinating, and you're like, damn, what kind of design is this? Not to worry. In this module, I will be explaining the different styles of interior design to you, so that when you next enter a space and you see a design, you will be able to identify what style is used. And perhaps when you start your business, you will be able to identify what style suits a room and the elements that fit in. The first design style I'll be explaining is Bohemian. Bohemian is a style that is inspired by Morocco and southern European countries that are often seen in the avant-garde, i.e. the young artists. If you look at the picture on your screen, you will observe that the style revolves around the combination of rich creative colours, patterns, and shapes. Also, you can observe that the colour palette consists of earthy, rich colours with metallic accents. The designer may make use of textile, wood, and animal fur, and as such must have understood the client as a carefree and adventurous person, because Bohemian is mainly for those kinds of people. Moving on, the second style you are looking at is called rural or country. You may have heard or seen this style of interior before in an old farm. In recent times, some interior designers have imbibed this style and started using it in houses. As displayed on your screen, you will observe that the style is made of coarsely woven linen and wood. The primary colours of this style are white, beige, and natural tones. The next style has its origin from Great Britain in the 19th century, and it is called shabby chic. This type of interior can only be made by a very creative designer who is familiar with the great country houses of the 19th century, where it was common to find furniture and textiles in cretonne, cotton, or strong linen fabric in white or patterned, worn, and discoloured. If you observe the picture showing on your screen, you will see that the trend mainly consists of mixed, restored, or reused furniture in addition to used fabrics. Have you ever seen worn or old benches covered in the most beautiful fabrics? The colour palette of shabby chic mainly consists of white, ecru, and pastel shades. The need to understand your client is paramount in minimalist style. This style requires not much elements in the room, and it is for people that love tranquility and simplicity. As a designer, one thing you should note from this style is that it appreciates spaciousness rather than much elements. In simple terms, spaciousness is the beauty of this style. If you take a look at the picture, you will observe that this style is totally about simplicity. Moving on to the next, this particular style is called industrial. Industrial style is inspired by industrial warehouses or an urban loft to emphasize space and spatiality. Just like the minimalist style, industrial style also appreciates space. And if you look at the picture closely, you will observe that there is a feeling of unfinished rawness in many of the elements, as though it is a renovated loft of an old industrial building. As an interior designer, what should quickly come to mind when your client demands an industrial style is high ceilings, old wood, and metal pendant lamps with little furniture. Another minimalist concept that requires simplicity and elegance is Scandinavian design. Some of the features that you can see in the picture on your screen include little furniture with lot of comfort, straight lines with an engaging look, and then sophistication with no pretension. Scandinavian design combines functionality, simplicity, use of neutral colours, and straight lines. The design in front of you is called traditional interior design. You may have seen this design somewhere, especially in movies. This design is very predictable, and it has detailed woodwork, carved mouldings, sturdy crafted furniture. Another sophisticated design is French country. This uniquely beautiful design is also called provincial country style. It is carved out from French people wishing their homes to have wealth of furniture, like the monarchy's palaces. The picture on your screen best explains the beauty of this design. The design you are looking at is a recent style introduced in the early 20th century, and it is called modern design. The word modernism already captures the philosophical, intellectual, and movements put in place to ensure that the design promotes Western civilization. From an aesthetic point of view, modernism emerged to counter the loaded design of the Enlightenment era, such as Art Nouveau, Neoclassical, and Victorian, among others. Rather than the exaggerated refining of decorative styles, modern designers believe in promoting works that are simpler and more functional. As a designer, you should note that minimalism and abstract expressionism is much appreciated in this design. Some of the features of modern interior design include basic shape, functional lines, and curves. And from the picture, you will observe clean, simple, and serene interiors. Although the design may also be carved from wood and earthier elements, the use of materials and methods offered by new technological innovations projects the modernism. The last design style I will be discussing with you is the contemporary design. Contemporary design, unlike any other design, is that style which helps you live in the moment if you wish to. This style in interior design is defined by simplicity, subtle sophistication, deliberate use of texture, and clean lines. If you take a look at the picture on your screen, you will observe that contemporary design appreciates space rather than things by focusing on colour, with some architectural details such as bold colour blocks, high ceilings, bare windows, and geometric shapes. One thing that you should take note of as an interior designer is that contemporary design does not contain any extra element. Rather, it is carefully chosen based on functionality. It is dominated by state-of-the-art materials, glass, and metals. Please check out our additional resources for further inspiration. See you on the next lecture.